AITA for planning to break up with my boyfriend today because he treats his daughter like she's the heir to my stuff. I, F37, have been with my boyfriend Ben, M42, for a while, and lately, he's been saying and doing things that are making me seriously reconsider our relationship. To give some context, life has been going really well for me lately. I landed 3 big accounts that are helping me reach some financial goals, so I cut back on work a bit, and I'm also wrapping up a certified training program while finishing university. My kids are temporarily staying with my parents for the semester so I can focus and finish strong. I moved into a cheaper place to save money. Yes, it's not super nice, but it's safe, clean, and helps me put more into a savings account for my kids. Ben, however, hates my new place. He criticizes it constantly, even though it works for my needs. He wanted me to choose a different place, closer to his daughter's school, more upscale, but that would have meant us moving in together and him helping with the extra rent, which wasn't realistic. I told him that, and he claimed he understood, but he was clearly disappointed. He said his daughter would have loved a nicer place to hang out. That comment rubbed me the wrong way. His place is fine, so why does my place need to be some luxury space for his daughter? Then he started making jokes, saying I'm loaded and that his daughter would be a great protege. I brushed it off at first, but then he started suggesting I treat her like the daughter I never had because I only have sons. Again, she's a sweet kid, and I've always treated her well. Thoughtful gifts for birthdays and holidays. But his comments made me uncomfortable. I feel like he's implying that I should treat her as my own financially, and that's just not going to happen. She's not my child. It's not about her being a bad kid. It's about boundaries and priorities. I've worked hard to create a future for my kids, and it feels wrong to be asked to divert any of that for someone else. I even gave her a small job one weekend when our office cleaner was out. I paid her fairly, took her shopping afterward, and everything was fine until Ben joked that she was going to work her way up and become the top executive in the family business. I talked to him privately about how inappropriate that sounded, and he laughed it off but then made a comment about me putting her in my will. That crossed a line for me. I stayed quiet, but it made me really uneasy. I told him I care about his daughter, but I'm not building my legacy for anyone but my own children. I also brought up how he wanted me to get a more expensive place without offering to contribute, and how I'm not going to make sacrifices I don't need to make. After that, he stormed out of my car, and this is where I feel a little guilty. He did the whole dramatic, sad walk thing. I had to drive alongside him slowly and coax him back into the car. He looked so pitiful. Later, he started texting me saying I didn't understand what a blended family is, that I was treating his daughter like she's inferior, that I'm a hypocrite and a bully. That messed with my head. I'm just trying to protect what I've built, and having to do that against my partner feels so wrong. We talked again, and both apologized. He said we should try to find a middle ground. But when he brought up starting a business for his daughter and asked me to help, aka do the work, I just got so angry. I've already paid my dues. I told him no. I don't want to give my time and sweat for free, especially not in a situation that mixes business and personal life. That can go sideways fast, and I don't want to risk it. Then he told me that if I don't help, he doesn't see how we'll ever build anything together. I said he should hire a consultant. He stayed quiet. I told him not to dump his situation on me. That's when he said I'm blinded by my success and that one day I'll end up single and lonely. I asked if he was threatening to leave me. He said I'm not being a helpful partner, so I asked for a break. He freaked out. Honestly, all of this is exhausting. The constant pressure, the comments, the guilt tripping, it's making me anxious and angry. And yeah, I'm starting to feel like he's just trying to get a handout. This morning, I texted him and asked to talk. I'm planning to break up. He said he hopes I'm not planning to dump him, because that would mean I tricked him into thinking we were just taking a break. He also posted something about his mental health today. So, AITA for wanting to end this relationship? We haven't officially talked yet, but that's where I'm at. I don't think his daughter is less than my kids. I just don't want to involve money in this dynamic. At all. Edit. To the judgmental people calling me names for letting my kids stay with my parents for one semester. Please, should I have turned down a major opportunity just to make you happy? Not trying to give my kids a better future would be the real failure here. Also, nowhere did I say I don't see them or spend time with them. To those offering advice, thank you. And to those who disagree respectfully, you're still appreciated. Update. AITA for planning on ending our relationship because he acts like his daughter is the heiress to my things. We officially broke up today. And honestly, it was tough to even stay focused during the conversation. He kept interrupting me every few seconds and spent half the time in denial that the breakup was even happening. I chose a small public restaurant for the conversation. Classic no drama in public strategy. I was respectful but firm. I needed to bring up the behavior that's been bothering me, but when I started, he brushed it off. I pushed back and insisted, and then he started dodging the subject entirely. I reminded him of something he already knows. I'm the sole provider for my children, and my priority is making sure they have everything they need. Some of the comments I got on my original post actually made me think deeper. Like, what exactly was his long-term plan? Was he expecting to inherit my kids, or what? He doesn't have much himself, and while I get that, it doesn't excuse his behavior. When I pointed out the imbalance between what he wanted for his daughter versus what he would offer to my sons, his whole expression changed. Like I was being greedy, and he was suddenly offended. He said, "Well, your kids don't have a dad, and I could be a father figure." That really triggered me. I kept my voice down, but inside I was boiling. It felt like he thought just being present, like a piece of furniture, entitled him to benefits for his daughter. I've wished for a long time that my kids had a good father figure, but Ben's not it. I told him flat out that I'm better off alone. Then he went off about how he's leaving his daughter life knowledge that only he can provide because her mom is too secular, whatever that's supposed to mean. I didn't even ask. When I said we needed to break up, he got up and left the table. I thought he'd actually stormed off, but he came back a few minutes later, claiming he just went to the bathroom. I didn't back down. I told him clearly that I cannot share my life with someone who acts like a gold digger. Even if I could get past everything that's happened, I'd never take him back because his motives are entitled and dishonest. Thankfully, we weren't alone during all this. He has high blood pressure, I've seen the meds, and honestly, I've suspected some mental health issues too. He has these sudden mood swings that don't really match the situation. He did end up saying he was sorry if he offended me, but then turned around and said he felt tricked and betrayed. He said breaks are supposed to be about reflection and growth, not abandonment. Then he told me that ending things would hurt his daughter because she really liked me. I told him I'd be open to saying a final goodbye to her, just a quick call or text if he was okay with it. His response? No, you. You don't get to say anything to her. Then he accused me of being caught up in my new mainstream life. That stung because I've worked hard to get where I am financially, especially after years of struggle. He told me to go suck on your colleagues and then quickly apologized. I told him I wasn't even surprised by that gross remark. It just proved that he sees sex as transactional, like it fixes everything. I said, if you're going to be this vulgar and nasty, then I've really learned something here. Guys like you are hobosexual, handout-seeking, and insincere. I told him I'm never going to date someone who isn't financially stable again. Lesson learned. I wish I could say I walked out and left him sitting there alone. But nope, he left first. When I was reaching for my purse to pay, he grabbed his backpack and practically sprinted out. I've blocked him everywhere since. He never had a key or stayed over, but I went ahead and changed the locks, just being cautious. He ended up calling a mutual friend to vent, and she got pissed at him. He kept trying to convince her that I mistreated him, but she told him she wanted to hear my side first. After talking to me, she said she doesn't blame me at all. In fact, she and our other friends had noticed the imbalance in our relationship and how he was always inserting himself into conversations about a business and success, despite the fact that in 16 years of knowing him, he's never actually done anything. So yeah, that's my update. He's blocked on everything. Social, texts, all of it. I'm moving on.